So a lot of what we're doing is just thinking, how could I get from one point to another? And in vectors, it doesn't matter how you get there, it's just that you got there in the end. So here we've got 3 points, A, B, and C. And we've got 2 midpoints, P and Q. And we've got position vectors, A, B, and C from the origin. And we want to write P and Q. So we want to find out what the position vectors of P and Q are. So I'm going to draw them in here. We want this to be a result. And we want to also find out what this is. Well, that's a beautiful straight arrow. Perfect. Using only A, B's, and C's. So if I wanted to get from O to P, does it make sense that I could get there by going from O to A and then halfway from A to B? Yes? It'll be very similar to what we had from before, right? Well, the letters will be different, but yes. It's going to be very similar to what we had before, but now we're using A's and B's. Okay? But this is just the process, if you have something like this, of how to write it out. Now from O to A, that's just our vector A. And from A to B, well, A to B is negative A, because you'd have to go back to the origin, and then to B. So we do get 1/2 A, once we combine those together, plus 1/2 B. And so O to Q, looking at that same pattern that we've been doing so far, that would be 1/2 of B plus 1/2 C. Whoops. Part B down here. Okay, there's part B. So now we want to find out, how would you get from P to Q, but you're only allowed to travel in the directions of A, B, and C? Well, since we've got our position vectors for P and Q, right, and we could call this position vector P and this position vector Q, to go from P to Q, you would have to go negative P plus Q. Now, since we figured out that P was 1/2 of A plus 1/2 of B, and we know that Q was 1/2 of B plus 1/2 of C, we can put these things together, and you're going to get negative 1/2 of A. The B's cancel out, plus 1/2 of C. I'm going to go back up to my original graph here. I'm going to, again, use a bright color. Negative 1/2 of A looks like that vector. And 1/2 of C looks like that vector. So if I take this negative 1/2 of A and start it at P, and then take this 1/2 of C and put those two vectors together, yellow is not the best color necessarily for seeing this, but if your yellow vision is really good, you can see that that works out to match up as a way to get from P to Q using A's and B. Well, you didn't even have to use B. The B went away after we combined things.